This week I'm doing a speech over a place. The place I'm doing the speech over is the city of Chicago. I visited the city in 2011 with my wife and my in laws. We really enjoyed the sightseeing and all the good restaurants, even the Navy Pier. I also got to witness all the different cultures that reside in the city. I'll begin by sharing some of the history that makes Chicago one of the most famous cities in the world. Excuse me. Chicago is known for the fast-paced lifestyle and a great deal of organized crime that has flooded the streets for over 100 years. Chicago was incorporated in 1837 near a portage between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi watershed and experienced rapid growth in the mid-19th century. Today, the city is an international hub for finance, commerce, industry, technology, telecommunications, and transportation, with the O'Hare International Airport being the second busiest airport in the world. But enough about those statistics. Let's go on about the interesting stuff. In the 1920s, the streets of Chicago were flooded with gang members and local kingpins of crime. Chicago was named one of the most dangerous cities in the world in that time. It has been said that you only had a 25 to 30% chance of survival in the 1920s if you was in law enforcement in the city of Chicago. Since I'm in law enforcement, I have felt the fear of death, and with multiple injuries, I understand what fear could have been like for the law enforcement in that time. But Chicago wasn't always bad. There's also been good times as well as the bad. For instance, the city's waterfront allure the nightlife and has attracted residences and tourists all over the world. Over a third of the city's population is concentrated in the lakefront. Neighborhoods of Roger Park, those are the north and south shores of the south. It also has places like the zoo and I mentioned before the Navy Pier. The downtown center of Chicago's is the financial and cultural government and commercial institutes such as the Home Grand Park and many of the city's skyscrapers. Many of the city's financial institutions, such as the CBOT and the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, are located within a section of the downtown called the Loop. Lincoln Park is the home to the Lincoln Park Zoo, just like I mentioned before. The Rivers North Gallery District features the nation's largest concentration of contemporary art galleries outside of New York City. The South Side neighborhood of the Hyde Park is the home of the University of Chicago, ranked one of the world's top 10 universities. The West Side holds the Garfield Park Conservatory. It's one of the largest collections of tropical plants in the U.S. city. When I attended Chicago or visited Chicago, we went during Christmas time, and let me tell you, it was the most beautiful Christmas lights inside the Navy Pier. We got to watch a few people try to ice skate, which was very hilarious. They put on acts and shows and had Santa Claus for the kids. We also visited one of the tallest buildings in Chicago. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my speech, and thank you, and I hope that you visit Chicago one day because I really enjoyed it.